The view turns into total chaos. The ladies on the panel are yelling at each other over the Democrats reopening the government. And when two of them start teaming up against Sonia Austin, she completely loses it. Well, let's get into it, folks.
So I've been saying from the outset, I don't think anyone wins in a government shutdown, and I welcome this deal. And let me tell you why. So the fight over extending the Obamacare subsidies is about addressing 22 million Americans who are going to see their healthcare premiums skyrocket. I believe that's important. I'm with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm with Mike Lawler and a number of Republicans who believe we have to extend those for at least a year. However, in the interim, while the government remains shut down, 42 million people are losing SNAP benefits ahead of the holidays. So to me, we've got to hold out for those 22 million whose premiums are going to go up, but deny these people SNAP benefits in the meantime. That math doesn't math for me.
The Democrats said that they were standing for the working people, but what they really did was cut food aid for the poorest families. Over 40 million people just to make a political point? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because they didn't want people to see how bad the Obamacare had become, so they made others suffer to protect their image. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the crazy part. They criticize other countries for starving people as leverage, but when they do the same thing here at home, guess what? They act proudly. They act proudly. It's crazy. So Elsa points this out, and Sonny, she loses it.
Finally, Democrats are going to look like losers if they're just attacking each other in this. For some reason, Marjorie Taylor Greene was better at messaging the stakes of this shutdown, it feels like, than a lot of Democrats were. You have to give people the benefits they are entitled to under SNAP. You have to address the underlying issues of the crisis of healthcare in this country, but get government back working. No one can get anywhere. Flights aren't flying. The holidays are coming.
Yeah.
This is a welcome decision in my mind.
Okay.
Look, let's be clear. The Republicans run the House. The Republicans run the Senate. The Republicans run the White House. The Republicans run the Supreme Court, as far as I'm concerned. This was a choice by Republicans to cut SNAP benefits. This was a choice by Republicans to cut ACA subsidies. This was a choice by the Republicans to gut the federal government and federal employment. Democrats had nothing to do with it. I want an opposition party. I think the Democrats caved. I think the Democrats let down the American people. And like you, Whoopi, I have absolutely no faith that the Republican Party will come to the negotiating table in good faith. You know, you do something like this, shame on you the first time. You do it twice, 3 times, 4 times, shame on me. Shame on the Democrats for even believing that the Republicans will, even vote on it. There's no guarantee in this New Deal that there's going to be a vote. There's no even commitment to have a vote. So the bottom line is the Democrats went into this after a blue wave out of the American people saying, we do want the opposition. We the working people want the Democratic Party to fight for them. And now they just caved and surrendered. I think Chuck Schumer, his days are over.
Sonny, who lives in a fancy multi-million-dollar house, starts saying it was bad to reopen the government because it helped poor people get food again. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, a rich TV host telling struggling Americans that they should keep suffering just so that she can feel like she can beat Trump? Can you imagine? And the audience, they clap like she said something deep. That is crazy. That is crazy, folks. And let's be honest, most of these people, they aren't the ones who are worrying about feeding their families. They are not. Yeah, it just shows that it's the same attitude that we see all the time. It's the same attitude. People who claim to care about the poor, but never have to live like them. They never have to live like them.
If he cannot keep his caucus together, he needs to go. He needs to be replaced.
I completely disagree with you, Sonny, for this reason, what you rattled off. The Republicans run the executive branch, the legislative, the judicial, according to you. They have all the power right now. The problem here is it's a privilege to say our food's not affected, our health insured,
there are people in my family that receive SNAP benefits.
I'm not just saying, I'm not meaning family. We're all affected by, as we go out. But I'm saying right here to say it's a privilege that they don't have health care, and now they don't have food. The people are struggling so much. Our food banks, all week in our towns, we're at the food banks. We were delivering nonstop, and we kept getting notifications, they're empty again, they're empty again. Opposition, people can vote in a blue wave and say, but opposition, when you have no power, is not helping us at all.
Sonny basically says, I don't care about the poor, I just want to beat Trump. I just want to beat Trump. And at that point, the whole Republican calls this shutdown excuse, it falls apart. It falls apart. And once you understand how the government actually works, it's clear who was blocking what. And honestly, this shows why so many people shouldn't be in charge. They shouldn't be in charge. Because if you are willing to make Americans go hungry just to win a political fight, you have lost all this sense of right and wrong. You have lost it.
Because with Donald Trump, the cruelty is the point. He does not care. This is a Republican choice. The last thing that I'll say about the federal workers, there's a 2019 law that requires the federal government to pay federal workers.
You must, it's the law.
It's the law. So the fact that the Democrats traded in their vote to get federal workers working again is ludicrous. Let the courts do their job.
No, it's to get SNAP benefits out. People can't eat. People can't afford the holidays.
Well,
it's the right thing. People shouldn't be starving in America.
No, nobody should listen.
While conservatives worry about being fair, the other side has no problem breaking the rules if it helps them to win. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And they have shown that when they get in power, they will use it no matter who it hurts. No matter who it hurts. And here's the simple truth, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, some people abuse food programs. Yes, there are fixes that are needed. But millions of real Americans need that help to survive. They do. And ignoring their needs just to hate Trump, that's madness. That is madness. I mean, this is what I call the Trump derangement syndrome. Is the Trump derangement simple, where people just hate one man so much they can't explain it. They stop caring about everybody else. They don't care. They don't follow logic at all. It's all just anger, led by feelings, emotions. It's crazy. Yeah. So what do you think? Is this an honest debate or just political drama? Is it? Well, folks, let me know in the comments. And as always, hit that like button, subscribe, and be sure also to ring that bell, to click on it, so that when the bell rings, you don't get to miss the next daily dose of sanity. Click on the next video.